Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce. Glad to have you with us. And now we're going to send you on out to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. Enjoy all the action.
And welcome everyone to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Rubio and Brandon Roy manning the back. Kevin Love and Pekovic are inside. And it's Kirilenko in at the 3, the small forward. So the Timberwolves win the tip. Rubio outside. Love with the screen for Rubio. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Rubio's got the first points up on the board for the Timberwolves. There's a screen. Number 13. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
Great screen there. It sprung him open, and he took advantage.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I briefly spoke with the home team's head coach. Team rebounding is something he stressed to his side, and rightfully so when you face a player that gobbles up the glass like Kevin Love. He told me that Love rebounds at an unreal rate, and his side can't take any mental breaks when it comes to boxing out on the defensive end. Love's numbers validate that fear, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. A 3 ball. The shot no good. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way.
Well, they capitalized on a weak opponent when they took on this team last year, sweeping the season series.
Number 9. Off target with his 3.
Well, there's a reason he's open out there. The defense not really respecting his ability to make that shot.
Even the teams at the bottom match up well against someone. That was the case here, too.
Well, Kevin, maybe your relative strengths don't show up against a top-tier team, but lower the bar of competition a little bit, and in your own way, you can shine.
That's a good point. Shot off the screen. Rubio with the rebound.
That's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot. Boy, the big fella's showing us a little explosiveness for a change.
Well, maybe Clark is working on his dunk skills because he looked perfectly at home right there.
Now, sometimes he can climb those, so I'm glad to see him get that one down.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. But Timberwolves on top, up by 1. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
And I like what they've done offensively, really attacking the rim, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And guys, they've been the aggressor early. I mean, attacking the hoop and getting into the paint, that can make the game really easy for you.
So with Roy on the bench, this is Rick Adelman's lineup. They've got Budinger, Ridnour out there with Malcolm Lee. Then there's Greg Steamsma, and it's Williams at the 4 spot. Budinger grabs the board. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to Dallas.
And Kevin, they were able to keep that game relatively close, but you could tell things were not clicking for them.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, it could have been worse, though. I mean, they didn't look fresh at any point in the game. Just seemed to be listless.
Number 10, Budinger defender. And the shot is good.
That's a nice play there. The more contributors this team can get, the better.
And the pass to Williams. Backing down. Fader on the way. Cannot hit.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Number 23. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Minnesota in the lead. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Good job creating an easy bucket there.
43 seconds left in the first half of the game. Shoots it. No good. And Minnesota will come the other way.
Question is, do they go 2 for 1 here?
Can they get a good shot in time? That's the question.
Boy, it's no wonder they've got the lead. Their shooting has really picked up here in the second quarter.
You know, you don't expect the team, Steve, to shoot in the 60% range the entire game. But if they can hover around that mark, well, they'll run away with this one.
Number 1. He's guarded by Ridnow. 6 to shoot. Budinger grabs the board. Now Ridnow. The 3 is launched. And that's not going to go. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Timberwolves lead by 5. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We're in the early stages of what promises to be another great season in the NBA. A strong first half for the Timberwolves. They might be picked as the favorites, but they got a game on their hands, no question. They've been a terror in transition, dicing up the D on the open court. Luke Ridnour getting it done early. No big numbers by his name in the box score, but he's doing the little things out there to try and get his team the win. And for the home club, it's been all hustle. It's been a hard-fought game, but they've risen to the challenge, really showing what they're made of. Let's check out what's on tap around the league. The Houston Rockets will be playing out against the Kings out in Sacramento. A 7:30 Eastern tip time. And one game also on the docket over at American Airlines Center. The Mavericks will face off against the Lakers. A 7:30 Eastern time is tip-off. And another game that's coming up, the Hornets will face off against the Suns out in Phoenix. Fans on both sides looking forward to that game. That gets going 7:30 Eastern. That'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Thanks so much. I'm Damon Bruce. Now let's get back out to Kevin Harlan for the second half of play.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Clock at 6. Number 9. No good. And Minnesota will come the other way. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Kirilenko. Tries again. And there's the nice layup by Love. Love's got his team on the board first here in the second half of the Timberwolves. Number 12, covered by Rubio. Number 45. And it's off target, not sure why he took that one. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Yes, Kevin. For Kevin Love, who signed a 4-year extension with the Timberwolves last season, he has a player opt-out after 3. Many were surprised that Minnesota was unwilling to offer him the full 5-year extension he wanted. Kevin said, "I love Minneapolis. It's the first NBA city I fell in love with. The 5 years was something I felt very strongly about, but I can always extend on this deal when it's done. And guys, we'll see what happens in 3 years. Love has certainly helped prop up a team that struggled to win games." He added, quote, "I want to see where the organization is heading, and right now it's heading in the right direction. I just want to see how things improve." Kevin, we'll see if the Timberwolves can take another step towards becoming a winner.
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
Man, offensive execution has been the story here, just playing beautiful basketball.
And guys, you can see it in their advantage in field goal percentage. I mean, you get high quality shots, you're usually going to shoot well. They're playing outstanding basketball.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Several teams changing it up here. Rubio with it. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Outside for Barea. The 3. Here's Cunningham. 2 on the clock. Can't get the layup. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 9. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. While we're still getting underway here in the fourth, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Uncontainable Game Report. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. And it's the Timberwolves with the Uncontainable Game Award for the offensive stretch they put together. Coming out strong in the first quarter was something they wanted to do, and it's been just what the doctor ordered for them as they are in control heading to the fourth.
Okay, Doris, thanks. That scoring run, guys, was pretty key in this game so far, don't you think?
Yeah, very much so, Kevin. I mean, that was like a runaway train there for a while. No stopping them. That really blew the game open.
Well, you bet it did. I mean, when you've got one team in such terrific offensive rhythm and the other guys on their back feet, tentative, hesitant, it almost always leads to runs like that.
On the court for Minnesota, Kevin Love and Pekovic are inside. Rubio and Brandon Roy manning the back. And it's Kirilenko in at the small forward. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, every guy on the team could have done more in that game. I believe that. But instead, there was a lot of standing around and bad ball movement.
That's exactly right, Steve. I mean, there was plenty of blame to go around for the coaching staff, too. They've got to be included. They needed to do something to shake things up, but just stood pat. So everybody shares in the blame on this one.
Roy kicks to Love. Rubio. .115 left in the fourth quarter. Number 12, covered by Rubio. Puts it up from 15. The rebound by the Timberwolves. He passes to Love. Back to Rubio. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He's off from 17 feet. Number 9. He's covered by Roy. Rubio with the rebound.
He slipped into quite a funk here, Clark.
I think that's a good word to describe it. I mean, the basket is looking awfully small to him at the moment.
Not much drama left in this one, guys.
No, it hasn't quite exactly been a nail-biter. I mean, it's going to be a great win for them, though.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Number 9. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Rubio. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Steve, and Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Ricky Rubio.